Swadika, good morning and welcome to Newsline. I'm Cholapansa Narula. Thank you very much for joining us on this lovely Monday morning, June 29, 2015. Let's have a look at today's news in Thailand moves forward. The government has pledged to upgrade the quality of life of low-income earners within its 3-year time frame. During his weekly talk program, Prime Minister and leader of the National Council for Peace and Order, General Prayut Chan-o-cha, disclosed that the government's life quality improvement program would place emphasis on underprivileged members of the society, particularly the poor and low-income earners. The Prime Minister said the Ministry of Social Development and Human Security was tasked with working out development plans for Bangkok, while the Ministry of Interior would be in charge of other provinces. In an initial phase, related agencies will survey areas along railway routes to see which jobs will be suitable for people there. In order for the people to earn stable income, the government has planned to urbanize all upcountry towns so as to boost local businesses and employment. The Premier added that the urbanization was vital to lessen the burden of big cities and would also expedite improvement of infrastructure in small towns. The Prime Minister has chaired the official opening ceremony to commemorate 4 decades of diplomatic relations between Thailand and China. During the official opening ceremony to celebrate Thailand-China diplomatic relations over the weekend, Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha said that the two nations have been acquainted for a long time, particularly in cultural and social aspects. The Prime Minister also mentioned of high-level relations illustrated by 38 royal visits to China by Her Royal Highness Princess Mahachakri Sirinthorn, as well as several government-to-government collaborations involving infrastructural and trade development projects. He added that China has been Thailand's #1 trading partner with an annual trade value of $72.6 billion, while the number of Chinese visitors to the country have been growing, and around 6 million of them are expected to arrive here this year. The Prime Minister has already accepted an invitation from the Chinese government to attend a trade exhibition in Nanning, with the trip set to be his 3rd visit to Asia's #1 economy so far. General Prayut said that Thailand and China will continue to enjoy close ties after 40 years of cordial relations. The Prime Minister has revealed 6 strategies of sustainable water management in 2015 to 2026 the government has drawn up to handle all sorts of water challenges in the country. Those strategies call for preparation of raw water for the production of tap water in 7,500 rural villages and 700 urban areas nationwide. This project will be implemented during 2015 to 2017, during which the efficiency of 9,000 existing water supply systems will be improved. To ensure water security in the production sector, the government will build 369 new water storages and excavate 50,000 ponds in farmland and 1,285 artesian wells in parallel with the recovery of 895 natural water resources. The Prime Minister said the government plans to expand irrigation areas in the country by 2.2 million rai in 2016 or by 8.7 million rai in 2026 when the strategies expire. By that time, the irrigation system will cover a total land area of 40 million rai, which is 10 million rai higher than the existing ones. On a 3-year water management and flood control plan, General Prayut explained that the government will improve main water routes and 30 tributaries, stretching more than 75 kilometers in total, followed by raising 13 embankments to prevent soil erosion and floods. Water quality is also a major concern. The government will develop 36 wastewater treatment plants and remove solid waste and weeds from 399 water sources nationwide. It will actively ensure salinity control in water supply throughout the whole year. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives has intensified its rain-making operations across the country as the existing water supplies continue to deplete. Permanent Secretary of Agriculture and Cooperatives, Chawalit Chukachon, disclosed that the rain-making operations had begun since April and added rainfalls in the provinces of Kanchanaburi and Lopburi. The Royal Rainmaking Centre, meanwhile, has stepped up its drought relief efforts in the northeast, with 5 main reservoirs in Nakhon Ratchasima province as its targets. Experts reveal the belated rainy season was badly affecting the general public and the agricultural sector. The current amount of rainfall is only 50% of that recorded in the same period of last year. Operations in the north have added rainwater by 16%, which is still below the year-on-year amount by 34%. The Northern Centre said it had planned to summon rain-making aircrafts from other centres to boost its rain refill mission. Let's go to Chiang Mai now. Chiang Mai is 95% ready for the second mobile cabinet meeting on June 30th as the province prepares to propose several development projects for budgetary support. The provincial administration has laid the emphasis on security, meeting venue facilities and accommodations. The upcoming mobile cabinet meeting will be held at the Chiang Mai International Exhibition and Convention Centre. The province will also hold an exhibition involving 27 governmental units and community markets near the meeting venue. The Prime Minister and the members of the Cabinet will also visit Chiang Mai's most revered temple, Wat Pratat Doi Suthep. Governor of the province, Surya Prasad Bandit, said he would propose several development projects to the Cabinet, such as a project to improve the transportation infrastructure, reservoirs, and a full-scale sewer system. It is expected that the mobile cabinet meeting would help expedite development projects and further promote tourism to the province. The Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment reports authorities have seized more than 60,000 rai of illegally acquired rubber plantations during the forest reclamation operations. Natural Resources and Environment Minister Dapong Rattanasuwan revealed that he would convene a meeting with chiefs of agencies in charge of the forest reclamation project to discuss the progress of the campaign and next implementation plans. The government kicked off the forest reclamation mission on June the 1st in an attempt to address the rampant forest encroachment. The growing rubber industry has been blamed for the problem. According to General Dapong, the operations most affected non-local investors rather than local people. The Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment intends to recover 600,000 rai of forest areas this year and another 900,000 rai next year. General Dapong revealed he would propose a plan to retrieve deforested areas in the next cabinet meeting. The Ministry of Tourism and Sports said that it is planning to encourage non-Korean and Chinese-speaking tour guides to attend Korean and Chinese language courses to cope with the growing number of tourists from the East Asian countries. According to the Ministry of Tourism and Sports, the scheme will be implemented in the Chinese and Korean markets first, as the number of visitors from China and Korea has jumped dramatically since last year. The number of Chinese tourists has for the first 5 months soared 96% year-on-year, and the number of South Korean tourists has jumped 17%. To foster the growth of the Chinese tourist market, the Department of Tourism and different related associations have jointly developed training courses for Thai tour guides interested in becoming Mandarin-speaking ones. And to facilitate Korean tourists, non-Korean-speaking guides will also be urged to attend Korean language courses provided by the Department of Tourism. In addition, it will be organizing training sessions for Korean people wishing to work as tour coordinators. Those successfully completing its course would be granted work permits. The department added that the scheme was a short-term solution. Related bodies will work out long-term plans later on. Oil conglomerate PTT has planned to invest 5 billion baht in energy businesses in Southeast Asia during the next 5 years. PTT Vice President for International Marketing, Buranin Rattanasombat, revealed that the PTT would focus its investment on the increase of the number of gas stations within Thailand and in other ASEAN countries. According to the PTT Vice President, the sales of benzene and diesel through PTT, its gas stations have jumped 8% in the past 5 years. Its market share has risen by 1% to 38%. Sales of benzene and diesel to other operators have also jumped 14% and 2.1% respectively, whereas the sales of liquefied petroleum gas or LPG have dropped between 5 to 6%. The Giant Oil Corporation estimates that its income from petrol sales this year would likely drop to 500 billion baht, down from 635,000 billion baht due to falling petrol prices However, its profits are expected to remain stable. The National Legislative Assembly President Pornphet Vichitcholachai has scheduled the 40th and 41st meetings of the NLA on July 2nd and 3rd in order for the new Attorney General to be endorsed and in order for NLA members to give approval to 2 draft bills. On Thursday and Friday, NLA members will vote whether to endorse the draft bill or on land expropriation for the purpose of construction of the Green Line electric train project, which involves the expropriation of land for the Bearing Station, Samut Prakan section of the electric train network. The legislators will also vote on the Town and Country Planning Bill that has already been reviewed by the NLA Subcommittee on Transportation. NLA members will also deliberate newly presented matters such as the motion to establish an extraordinary committee on education, the proposed amending of laws related to small and medium enterprises, the motion to set up a follow-up committee on water management, and the annual report of the performance of the National Broadcasting and Telecommunication Commission. The President of the National Reform Council has invited all members to attend a session to further discuss the reform agenda today. NRC President Thien Chai Kiranan has scheduled the meeting to review the 28th agenda of the reform efforts, which involves the strengthening of the community. The main topic to be discussed at the upcoming session is the review of the report from the Committee on the Reform of Society, Community, Children, Youth, Women, the Elderly, the Handicapped and the Underprivileged, which is created as a part of the Reform and Careers for Community. In Mr. Thien Chai's invitation, he has also cancelled the meeting plan on June 30th in order to enable all NRC members to focus on their roles as members of various committees. Up next, NBT World Correspondent Kun Niranut Taijakwanit is taking us on a brief tour of Yot Piman River Walk. Let's join her now.
Traditionally, Thais have relied greatly on water transportation, and the main rivers and canals were very important trade routes for people, and the areas along the water were considered to be important for trade and social integration. Chao Phraya River is a major transportation hub for a vast network of river buses, cross-river ferries, and water taxis. Today, Chao Phraya River also plays a different role as a tourist attraction. I'm here surrounded by the beautiful scenery of Chao Phraya River at Yot Piman River Walk, a Thai heritage mall located next to Pak Khong Talat, or the flower market, right in front of Chao Phraya River in the Old City section of Bangkok. The panoramic view of Chao Phraya River can be seen from the Yot Piman River Walk, which highlights the traditional Thai way of life when the canals were the main transportation means of the Thai people. Kun Chaliao Prikan, the president of Yot Piman Market Company Limited, said that Yot Piman River Walk recently renovated some old warehouses and turned the area into the Thai Heritage Mall that offers tourists and visitors to experience the panoramic views along one of Bangkok's major riverbanks.
Yot Piman River Walk is situated on the area of Pak Khong Talat, known as the flower market to foreigners. The market has been selling flowers 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for the past 50 years, and is always crowded with people. Yot Piman River Walk has been renovated from old abandoned warehouses that were used to store tools and equipment such as wheelbarrows and old boxes. I saw the opportunity for the area and decided to turn it into a Thai heritage landmark. This place has 300-meter-long walk path, and it is a site where you can get panoramic viewpoints, as there are so many historic sites created by our earlier generations. On the other side of Chao Phraya River, including Santa Cruz Church, Wat Arun Temple, Muslim mosques, and many other important landmarks.
If you haven't enjoyed the Yot Piman River Walk in Bangkok yet, it is worth a visit to take in a lovely scenery of Chao Phraya River, enjoy a gentle river breeze, to help deal with the heat. And to get a little bit of a taste of what the old way of life was like. I'm Niranut Traijakwanit reporting.
Thanks to Kun Niranut for that story. And that's it for Thailand Moves Forward. Before we take a quick break, let's have a look at the exchange rates and commodity prices. Newsline will return with ASEAN and beyond, plus the global news. Stay with us.
In a strong nation, Thailand is promoting 12 core values for the good of the people. The 10th core value: applying His Majesty the King's sufficiency economy, saving money for a time of need, being moderate with surplus for sharing or expansion of business.
Even if we don't see them, they are amongst us. And they're hungry. Slay your power-sucking monsters. Take their power away. Think when you plug.
Swadee krab, this is Thailand at large.
The show which is about to take you to the new experiences with the exciting stories.
With charming fascination.
Good.
With a touch of Thainess.
Let's join us on NBT World.
Explore with us and you'll know and love Thailand even more than before.
Welcome back now to ASEAN and beyond. The governor of Surat Thani called a meeting of provincial officials to prepare for the organizing of the Southern International Trade Expo from July 23rd till the 26th to promote economy, trade, tourism and good image of the province. The Southern International Trade Expo is a joint project amongst the Ministry of Commerce, the Surat Thani Provincial Administration, the private sector and India city of Surat in Gujarat state. The event is also planned as part of the 100th anniversary celebration of the name of the province, which has been royally granted. The Southern International Trade Expo is set to be held at Central Plaza Department Store in Surat Thani to provide a stage for business deals among entrepreneurs from all the 14 southern provinces of Thailand. It is also expected to help promote tourism cooperation with overseas entrepreneurs from ASEAN and East Asia, especially India. The suspected Islamist who attempted to blow up a French chemical plant on Friday was transferred to the French security services in Paris on Sunday evening, according to a Reuters witness. Yassin Salhi, 35, has admitted killing his manager before the attempted attack, a source close to the investigation said on Sunday, as police linked the suspect to a militant now in Syria. Salhi told detectives he had killed Hervé Konara in a parking area before arriving at the plant in Saint-Quentin-Fallavier, that's 30 kilometers south of Lyon, where he was tried in vain to cause a major explosion. Police found the 54-year-old victim's decapitated body and head framed by Islamic inscriptions at the plant, which is owned by the U.S. firm Air Products. There were no other casualties. Examination of one of Salhi's mobile phones revealed that he had taken a picture of himself with a severed head before his arrest and sent the image to a Canadian phone number. Canadian authorities said on Sunday they were assisting the investigation. A decision by the European Central Bank to cap the amount of emergency funding left Athens with little choice on Sunday but to introduce capital controls. On Sunday, central bank chiefs from around the Eurozone and the ECB's executive decided to freeze the limit on the emergency funding lifeline Greek banks rely on to pay out to savers. While presented as a move to accommodate Greece as it edges towards an imminent default, it in fact left banks with no alternative but to keep their doors shut. Following a crisis meeting of top government and finance officials, the chief of Piraeus Bank confirmed what many officials had long feared was inevitable. The Greek Financial Stability Council recommended keeping banks closed for the next 6 working days, according to a source. Anxious Greek journalists pounced on the non-executive chairwoman of the National Bank of Greece, Luka Katseli, after the meeting, asking if banks would close. The slide downwards began with international creditors refusing at the end of the week to extend the country's bailout. Savers queued on Saturday and Sunday to withdraw cash, taking Athens' standoff with the European Union and the International Monetary Fund to a dangerous new level. Amid drama in Greece, where a clear majority of people want to remain inside the euro, the next few days present a major challenge to the integrity of the 16-year-old Eurozone currency bloc. The consequences for markets and the wider financial system are unclear. And that brings us to the end of today's edition of Newsline. Thank you very much for joining us. If you wish to send your comments or suggestions, please email to us. The email address is now appearing on your screen. Today we say goodbye, taking you to Sa Kaeo province to a lovely butterfly festival where visitors had the opportunity to get up close and personal with the butterflies. I'm Chalapan Sanarula. See you next time. Sawasdee ka.